So welcome to Challenge the Road, our huge garage update. We can't wait to show you around. Obviously you're right at the beginning, but I've got a grand plan to make this an amazing garage. Here's a little video of what we're going to try and do. Right, so let's go round where we are now. I've had new doors fitted, new windows, but this is all the stuff we've got to get out because we're going to redo the whole garage, make it look like you saw on the video. I don't know if we can do that, but we're going to try. So what I've got to do is get everything out, and there's loads of stuff in here. You imagine all the stuff I've collected over time. This is a 355 rear spoiler. We've got car covers, McLaren covers, Ferrari covers, Escort Cosworth mats. There's rally carbon bits here, but this is just the start of it. Audi S3 suspension, because you know I'm always changing suspension on cars, wheels, alloys. So I've got until Monday to try and get this clear. I've got a friend helping me, Calvin. He's been helping last weekend, and we're going to try and get this clear and then go up in the loft here and try and get the stuff out the way. So how it all started was these lights are not great for filming. So to make the lighting better, we need to take these garage doors out because obviously they've got this sort of gubbins that comes round, it's right in the way. About 30 years old. I think my dad said he paid £1,250 for them. So these are the new doors. And there's some really nice features on here I really like. So at the moment we've got like a sleeping policeman, a gated lock. It takes a long time to get in the garage. But what we're going to do, there's a door on here. It's called the original Securo Glide door. And it's got security built in. So when it locks down, it actually locks bolts in. So it's going to be very hard to get the cars out. The other thing is it's got like a weather shield. At the moment, the water tends to come in onto these carpet tiles, which isn't great. So we're going to go for that type of door. And then it's all going to be like a graphite black, which is, I can't sort of imagine it at the moment because it's all so white. But everything's going to go black. So window frames black, walls black. We're going to redo the walls, plasterboard them, get them plastered, and they're going to be like a graphite black. Doors, graphite black. All the working boxes in graphite black as well in here. So where you see this coming along, this is now going to fit up here, so we get loads more space. Right, lighting. So you saw the video, Hexagon are going to help us with that. You're going to have the lights up here. I do them in like grids. So if you imagine you're going to have a grid going down here, a grid along here, and then we can sit the cars either long ways here or long ways here. But we're also going to go for some tube lighting. So we're going to put some tube lighting down here, and then we can get like that light display, which is just going to be wicked. I can't wait for that. So we'll have some switches over there, and then we can play around. But yeah, I'm really excited by it, but I just can't see it at the moment because it's so white. How's it going to look? I don't know. Here, we're going to take out this wall. So at the moment, we've got like a kitchen in there. And I keep all the car cleaning stuff. So we're going to take this wall out, make the kitchen a bit smaller, but again, all black units, but also gives me a bit more room because obviously sometimes with the cars, it is, you know, we are limited on space and where this doorway is. So this is going to come out totally. They're going to start that hopefully on Monday, get that out, get the kitchen looking really good. And then we've got a really nice area to present cars and look at cars. The next bit is flooring. So obviously it's got to be black, but what type of flooring are we going to have? This is just a carpet tile from my office. So I'm looking forward to that. We've got samples coming. Then we can have a look at them and obviously work out what tile is going to be best. So we've got a couple of suppliers we're looking at, but I think it's going to be like quite a thick sort of tile. And then obviously it'll dip down into where the door will open and close and then seal it tight, which would be really good. other thing I've been looking at is how we're going to heat and cool it. So I'm thinking of putting in an air conditioning system, because we're all going solar here. We could put air conditioning in and then we can run it all from here. I haven't really got any sort of really old cars, so I don't need a dehumidifier. I'm just going to put a nice aircon system in, keep it cool in the summer and heat it in the winter. Yeah, it's a really interesting one, because I think it's going to come together really quick. So first thing is all the walls out, all the kitchen out, get all my stuff out, which I've still got loads to do. There's sofas in here, bits all over the place really. I've got golf clubs over there. Get all that done. Then the doors are going to go in. So the doors are going, and then I've created all this space. Get the loft hatch sorted so I can get up in the middle and start putting stuff up there, which would be really valuable, because this loft hatch is tiny. You can't really put anything up there. Then kitchen in. Get the kitchen in, get everything plastered, ready, and then the floor will be last. Oh, before that, we've still got to put the lighting in and the electric, so we'll get onto that. But I'm hoping it's probably going to be done within a month, hopefully, and this will look fantastic. But yeah, I really hope you enjoy this, because I just can't wait to see it done. And maybe we need some speakers as well. I was thinking for some music, that'd be fun. And then we're filming in the winter. We've got a really nice place to film. Oh, the other thing, this is in the 22B. This is my brother's Subaru, and he hasn't been that great. So what I did was I took it, he sort of knows I've got it, but he doesn't realise that I've actually resprayed the whole car with matte at Unique Vehicle Repairs, because it had a lot of rust on the arches. It wasn't in great condition. It was a Terzo, very limited edition car. I think they made 333 for their third manufacturer's crown. But I've done this for him. He doesn't know. Matt's done me a great deal. I've got Stuart, our Subaru guy. He's now going to do the underneath and anything on the engine, powder coat the bits, and then my brother's going to think that basically he wanted me to respray the front and back bumper, but actually I've just done the whole car. So that's probably going to be quite emotional for him when he sees. I hope he likes it. But it looks fantastic. That's why it's in here now. But this will go off up to Stuart so we can do the garage. Yeah, so let's just move on to the next thing for us. Get some cameras in here, get some time lapse, because I can't wait to see this moving along. We'll be doing that next week, and then we'll move on to the next thing. So we've arrived at Bewlbridge this morning, preparing for the car event. So it's the first time I've really had a chance to go around with no cars here. It's early in the morning. I think around here we're going to have a lovely area for the cars. I'm just trying to work out how I present them, but I think I might go with them pointing this sort of way and that way over there, that way here, coming forward, and then maybe some cars in the middle. You got the coffee shop over there, which people can have lunch and drinks, etc. There's a little gazebo there, but up here we've got the marquees. I don't know at the moment how many we've got, whether we've got 1, 2 or 3, because obviously there's stuff in there, but the plan is to have some of the Challenge the Road cars in a marquee, but also the sim racing. But I'm just trying to work out which one would be best for us. I think probably the enclosed one would be really good for the sim racing, and it'd be nice to have the noise coming out. That's what I'm thinking. Maybe this second one in here, if it was in here, then we could have the sims in here, maybe 2 or 3 sims. The noise is coming out. That could work really well. And then round here we've got another area with some screens. You could maybe put a few cars here. I think it looks quite nice with the containers, and that could look quite good once obviously this is all out the way and we cleaned it up. Yeah, I think that could work really well actually. So it's just getting an idea today of how it's going to go. We've had a massive response for cars. I think we've got 40 or 50 now in there. I'm going to have a count up how many we can actually get, and then up the top will be other areas to park and see other cars there. But it should work much better than last time. One, if the weather's not 100%, we've got some indoor areas. I'm hoping it'll be a nice day, and I think being closer to all the facilities here and with that view over Bewl, this is like a perfect area really. But we'll head on up the top, have a look at some of the areas there and show you a bit more around. So when you first come into Bewl, pay and display, £6 parking here to come in. But up here, this is where we're going to have like a CTR area, so another area for just owners of really nice cars that can come up here and park. I don't know how many cars we could get here, 40, 50. There's also another overflow there and an overflow up the top. So the plan is to have this sort of supercar sim racing area. Then here, this will be blockaded off. People who want to be with CTR on the day, they can come in here, park up. And these can leave at any time. So if you're in this section, you can leave at any time, but in the main section, you've got to be here 11 till 3. Because we don't want the cars keep coming in and out of there, and it should be a fun event. It's only 4 hours, so 11 till 3, it's not a huge amount of time. But going up here, I was thinking of having like car clubs, so we've contacted a few car clubs just to see if they would like an area, because this parking area goes further up, so we've actually got another area up the top where we could have probably another 40 cars. But yeah, it's actually a bigger area than I thought, because obviously with no cars in at the moment. It's a lovely area as well, and obviously there's no grass, don't have to worry, got all hard standing, so you don't have to worry too much about your car getting muddy or dirty. Bewl's a fantastic venue in general, easy to get to just off the A21. But yeah, probably get 50 cars in here. So coming into Bewl, £6 to get in, you pay that at pay and display, then you walk down. Walking down here is actually really nice, because you walk down to the coffee shop, which will be on your right, and then we'll be on the left. And as I say, you can pick up a coffee and a roll there, and then you're looking right across Bewl Water, which is lovely. But we'll head on down to the coffee shop. So when you first arrive, park your car, come down here at the waterfront of Bewl. This is the entrance to the coffee shop. Then back round, that's where you're going to see sim racing and all the supercars there. And then when you go over to the right, you'll see Bewl. Bit misty today, it's early in the morning, but it's a fantastic view across there. So everything's right here, very easy. Parking there, coffee shop, sim racing, cars, couldn't be any easier. So we've headed from Bewl over to Beachy Head, and we picked up the STO on the way. I love this colour. I had a little drive here, but I'm now looking forward to actually reviewing the car on the road properly. We've done a load of filming, backwards and forwards, but now I can actually go for a drive. But I think specking wise, obviously there was 2 or 3 different options. I was looking at the grey, like a sort of a Batman spec, which I still really like. Then in the end, you know, we decided on this purple, and I think it is the only one, the only right-hand drive one in the UK in this colour. And I think it was 100% the right decision. And I think with the black wheels, yellow calipers, yellow stitch, I'm not sure how I could have spec'd it any better. There may be a couple of carbon bits we maybe could have added, but then you wouldn't be able to put PPF on some of the sections. So yeah, I'm really pleased with it. Actually really like the black we done. So this is, I think, Neuro Noctis on the wing mirrors and that here, and they look really nice. It just breaks up the purple and the carbon. But yeah, I want to get out and drive this car. I think everyone by now knows everything about it. 640 horsepower, you know, STO. It's the top of the range for the Hurricane. I know they've got a car they've just brought out, the Technica, but I think this was the one, because when I saw the pictures of it, it just drove me to want it straight away. So let's get out on the road and do some filming out there. So first proper drive in the STO. You know, I had a little drive from Tunbridge Wells Lamborghini. We've just done all the filming shots. We're at Beachy Head, on a few little twisty roads. And I've been thinking a lot about this car, a lot about it. And it's a car you really don't need, but you absolutely need, because it's so special. And I was just driving it here, but really slow, just driving along, thinking cars that feel special at low speeds are special. And this one, I think, it's one of the most special cars I've got or driven or been in at low speeds. And then you've got all these different modes that just take it up and up and up. So this is, we're just in STO mode. It feels very light. That's my first impression. Everything feels quite sensitive. The brakes feel sensitive. See if anyone's behind us. At the top end, it's very sharp. So it just takes time just to adjust your braking. You can left foot brake, but the pedal's quite high, so probably don't need to. You probably just stay with right foot braking. It feels like a race car should for the road. Everything's coming through the cabin. Not as bad as you might think, actually. It feels similar to how it felt in the P1, actually. Gearbox. Unbelievable. It's got that noise. When I had the Speciale, I used to have trouble sleeping. You'd go for a drive and then you'd be like, can't go to sleep, because it's ringing in your head. This is how this engine feels. And this colour, I think I've got the best colour. If it's a Lamborghini, it's got to be purple, it's got to be bright. When you look over the sort of arches, you see those vents that are slant out. In the back, you see that rear spoiler. It's got like a little cut to it on the end. Some car, some car. I don't know what it's like to really push on in it, because it's not the day to do it, and I'd rather be on a track, if I'm honest. I can only give you a view of driving on the road at normal speeds. But there's a button here. It's in STO, it goes to Treveo. This is the hardest setting, so it's quite a bumpy road this. I was hoping for a little bit more space, but let's just see how it feels in the bumpy road. It just feels firm, but this is obviously on a track setting. I might just pull over, just give us a little bit more space, because we're doing like 30 mile an hour everywhere. There's these little car parks here. No, it's a bit busy, that one. Let's just back it off, give us a bit of room. Let's go STO mode. Problem is in this car as well is the people in front start driving slow because they see the purple Lamborghini. But that's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And that's the thing with this car. You don't need it. You don't need it, but you do need it. It's just like an adrenaline rush car. Look at that, through the gears. Fourth to second, boom, boom, boom. And then going slowly, you'll be surprised. It just feels really nice. Really nice. Just cruise along. It's a lovely sunny day at Beachy Head. And we are just cruising. I can even turn it down a bit. Go to wet performance mode. It's even quieter, listen. No one even knows I'm here. Just cruising round. So yeah, we mean, we'll go a bit further on and we give it second gear a bit up here, but I think the thing with all these cars, if you're going to buy a car like this, they've got to be really special. They've got to make you feel special. And when this first come out, I wanted this car. Really wanted this car because I love my race cars. I love the rally cars. Race cars for the road are just me. That's what I want. And this one is top of the tree. I really like the Ferrari Pista. I actually think that's one of my favourites at the moment because it looks like a race car. The Speciale look great. I think it looks great. The Scuderia, not as good as the Speciale in looks, but the Pista looks like a race car. This looks like a race car. And probably the Pista would probably be faster than this, maybe, but this engine with the V10, last of the V10s, you know, it'd be a hybrid era next. This is the one to go for. And I feel that if you're going to get something really special, it needs to be really special. And you look at the prices of these are sort of 300 to 340k. It's a lot of money, but it's a really special item. Like we say, it does everything badly. There's no coffee holders. I found a phone holder though, so that's pretty good. You know, there's nothing about it that's like a car, but it's not meant to be. It's got to make you, the car's got to make you want the car for no reason. That when you're at this level, you want to take it to shows like we're doing, like we've just come from Bewl. Take it to shows, show people, show young kids this car. They're going to go, oh my god, wow, Lamborghini STO, fantastic. So let's break this car down. Engine, unbelievable. Gearbox, as good as it gets. Maybe Porsche PDK slightly, but you've still got to have engagement. Steering, this is really interesting on the steering. Now driving it, it feels very similar to the simulator. Very similar, and I think that's the thing with these electric steering and stuff. It feels very similar. I was actually just trying to, I'd like to have pushed on a bit more, but I know it's not the day for that, but it feels identical to the sim. I can't feel much difference in the directness and the feel, but what I am feeling compared to the sim is obviously I'm feeling the load through the seats, the pushback. I would say probably in some ways I've probably got more feel in the sim steering than on here. The pedals feel very similar again, apart from it's a little bit grabby at the top, but I think you'd get used to that. Controls, now I love this dash on here. Really like it. So it's a big rev counter, goes all the way to 10,000. Indicators, they're on a button, which is a bit like when the 458 come out, but it's fine. Everything seems to be on the steering wheel. Washer. That was quite bumpy. Right, let's go left here because I have no idea where I am and I always get lost. Thought this was in quiet mode. Can't be. So let's go. All right, we've got a little hill here into a 60 and off we go. You ready? The problem is it keeps smiling every time I accelerate. Oh, we've got a Mercedes in front, he's giving it the beans as well, but let's go to second again and just see what happens. Oh, this isn't even run in. Not even really full throttle. If I was fully flat. Wheel spin. Feels fun just doing that. We're not even going at high speed. It's just nice doing that. Now I have no idea where I am, but I think Dan is somewhere over there. So I think if we go all the way around this road, but steering, it just feels assisted. I think that's the key to this. It feels a lot more assisted than it feels a bit like my Speciale, which I didn't overly like the steering on that car. Scuderia probably a bit heavier. Feels maybe slightly better, but that's the only thing on this. See, front beachy head, that's where we want to go. So let's drop it down. Look at the gears. Crazy, crazy. This is probably the wrong way, but so I've never been here before, but I've definitely come back here again. It's in 2 ice cream vans as well. Come on, give us a bit of space, someone. Right, second, a bit more. Braking. It's just sharp. Need to just calm down just a little bit. Right, let's go to 7. Let's just relax a little bit. Right. So what's it like as an adrenaline pump? Well, I think it's a 9. I think the World Rally cars on the road is a 10. This is a 9. Did I make the right decision buying one? Absolutely. I think once these go out of production, which I heard they have, ice cream van, these will hold their money because they're super special. We go up here and then we wrap up. I hope you enjoy these videos we're doing as well. We've done obviously the garage update, which I'm really looking forward to showing you next month. We've done the bit on Bewl with the car event coming up. Now we're in the STO, and also we've got a really special car hopefully for the car show, if you can hear me. Doesn't feel that bouncy through there. Oh my god, if I could get this on a track, I'd just go so fast. I'd end up in a ball of flames, but I'll tell you what, it'll be fun. I just love doing that. Can't stay away from the paddles. And what a view across there. And we've got the 360 camera, lots of things going on. Oh, got the cyclist car. Drop it down. What a day. Can't get any better than this really. So we push on up here. Hope you enjoy these videos. Trying to put them together in sort of a vlog style. But next time you see me, it'll be the car event at Bewl. That should be a really good one. So look forward to seeing you soon.